That's a great question. Yes and no. Right. So one of the first things we looked at was whether people trust strangers or why they trust strangers, which you do all the time, right? We eat in restaurants and get on airplanes, and we're just assuming that the humans are going to be, do what they say they're going to do and not hurt us or murder us or be incompetent for that matter. So yeah, we started studying this in the laboratory, and as you know, have studied this around the world in many, many settings, including in the rainforest of Papua New Guinea, to make sure that this is really a universal mechanism. So, from a business perspective, once we have a tool to identify uh, when we're influenced by others, then we can reverse engineer the process and ask, how would I make this experience, say for a customer, as valuable as possible? So, what we found was oxytocin alone was not the motivator. That sort of just said, this person seems safe to be around. I'm going to absorb information from him or her. But you needed a precursor, which is really this attentional response driven by another neurochemical called dopamine. And so this very unusual state we discovered in years of research in which I'm attentive, dopamine, and I'm absorbing this information. I'm actually valuing that information, social information driven by oxytocin. I've called this the state immersion. And so when people are deeply immersed in an experience, that experience is reported as being enjoyable. They tend to remember the experience. They will act on it, for example, purchase or share. And it also generates loyalty among individuals. So the brain puts so much metabolic energy into this experience, it goes, holy crap, this is the crazy good experience for me. I'm having a great time now, and I want to do it again. So part of the pathways in the brain that probably not worth talking about generate kind of a craving to do this again, right? So this is such a peak experience that I want to do it again. So you can see the business application starts to set up. And the argument I'm making of a new book coming out in a couple of months is that if we understand the neuroscience, again, we can reverse engineer that process and give customers what they want, which is a mind-blowingly great experience. And at the same time, really create an environment where those customers want to come back, they want to tell people about it. And so there's a big win-win space here. Again, just to be clear, if I'm, I don't know, showing you a commercial for Huggies diapers and you don't have an infant at home, your brain will just wash that out. It'll be interesting, maybe highly immersive, but it's not going to motivate behavior because it's not relevant to you, right? So there's no sense in which understanding the neuroscience of persuasion gives you some superpower. What it does give you is measurement, and I think that's what we've been missing all along: is asking people, "Do you like this ad? How is the customer experience? What's your net promoter score?" That's all consciously reported, but we really want to know, and where these neurochemicals are active is in the unconscious emotional response to experiences. So it just opens a new way to have a much more precise and deep discussion about why people ever shop anywhere, why people do anything that involves other people.